Shabbat Shalom and welcome to all of Tree Community Spokane. The following recording is from this week's teaching on the Parasha or portion from the Torah. You can find more details on this Parasha and the scriptures being referred to in the pull-down menu below.
Good morning, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I was looking at this. We're very familiar with this Messianic world, as they obviously are in Judaism. This is a very packed full of interesting issues. It's really not about Israel to the greatest extent. It's really not about Balak. It comes close to being about Balaam. But I think if I think of this story, the thing that makes the point to me would be what? A talking donkey. I mean, it kind of points out that the vanity and the fruitlessness of the activities that men go through and what they think. The king Balak had just got done seeing the giant king of Og destroyed by Israel, and he's going, "Oh no, what am I going to do now?" And he goes out and he finds somebody who seems to be favorable to. It sounds like that Balaam's heritage goes back through his evil uncle, Jacob's uncle, Laban. So related to the family, maybe for the wrong reasons, obviously for the wrong motivations. He is acting as he might in the family as a prophet. However, he definitely has created what we probably think. You get the idea the third time's a charm. Well, this time it wasn't really a charm. And what gets me about Balaam is that he was offered this money to curse Israel, and he wrestles with himself over not too long, and they're on the way. The donkey won't go forward because of the angel, and so he hits the donkey. The donkey says, "Don't hit me." What did he say? He says, so the donkey said to Balaam, am I your donkey on which you have ridden ever since I became yours to this day? Was I ever disposed to do this to you? And he said, no. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way of his drawn sword in his hand, and he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. I don't remember him telling the donkey he was sorry, though, but we won't go back onto that, I guess. But, anyway, so what I really just think is this idea that, I don't know about you, but people are always trying to convince me of the things that they shouldn't be doing, or they know are wrong, or are not wrong, or it's okay to do, and it means I get so tired of it. I'm kind of like a donkey. I mean, quit hitting me, quit making me try to go down this road with you. I don't want to go on this trip today. You're not going to a place or in a way that I would prefer to do this. And it's much more serious than that, because we're talking about cursing Israel. So the blessings at the end of the road, we all know that who know the Lord. And we know that we follow him, there's blessing, and we don't follow him, there's cursing. That's not hard to figure out in the life of a believer. But what gets me is this continual dance that is done, dancing on the edge of obedience. And I find that very interesting. It's also, I like the way it ends when the final curse ends up being a total blessing for Israel. In fact, many of those parts of that fourth prophecy of Balaam's, you hear, and our bits and pieces are found throughout the rest of the history of the settlement of the land. So here's Israel. Really, all they did was follow the advice that they were given in clearing out the territory of the Moabites and the Amorites and the Edomites and all of the ites. And this victory that they've won over Og has Balak, which is also known to be a powerful person among his people. They both. I'm saying to myself, I know my neighbor. I have a neighbor that's really very capable of taking care of himself. And if I saw somebody beat him up and now is coming for me, I might be talking to my other neighbor and offering him a cup of coffee to come over and help me. I don't know. But, I mean, that's the motivation of Balak, is that he just saw a major army get wiped out. And he's scared. And so anyway, so we know the motivations of everybody. This is also the passages where we see the Lord say that God is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. Has he said and will he not do as, or has he spoken and he will not make it good? Behold, I have received the command to bless. He blessed, and I cannot reverse it. And so that's the way it is. It's kind of a clear picture of no matter how convoluted things get, what God intends to have happen is going to happen. And so we can all get together and have tea and talk about the exceptions to the rules and talk about what we think what might be okay and what might not be okay. And, and there is a grace in our life, especially in the life of the Yeshua. When God describes himself, remember, I always do this to this group as I count the 9 blessings, and the one not even really a curse, just kind of what the sentence was is going to be carried out type of deal. But God is totally that. But then there's the law in itself brings with it its own penalty, and it's that penalty that if you want to continue to pay it, then you continue to go down that road with the donkey, and get yourself beat. The donkey didn't want to go. That's the sad thing about the whole story, is that the donkey was made to go someplace he did not want to go. He got beat for it and wasn't apologized to. And I know that sounds pretty shallow, but it's not. It tells you how common the other activities are. The only uncommon thing was the donkey talk. The other actions are men doing what men do. So, but anyway, the point of the story is at the end, and at the end, Israel's blessed. All it did was be obedient to God and went where he told them to go and did what he was told to do. And Balaam's floating out there in the ether somewhere, and Balak, he's a goner. He's part of the bad guys. So I feel sorry for the donkey. So that's pretty bad when your donkey's the one that gets the sympathy, isn't it? So anyway, God, the Lord bless you guys this week, and I want to say something. I want to repeat something that Proverbs 31, starting in verse D. Who can find a virtuous wife? for her worth is far above rubies in her heart of her husband. Safety trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. And I tell you, my wife has thoroughly taken care of a lot of things for me. I've not realized that as much as I have this week. I got 4 or 5 more days left without her here. She's out visiting our family and our grandchildren. In fact, she has 2 toddlers, 2 and 5, and and they were left with her for 3 days, and so I think she's going to be ready to come home. But I really miss her, and she does a wonderful job organizing everything. And I just wanted to give her a blessing today from the pulpit, from my chair here. So anyway, God bless.